Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, the town of Castine is in mourning after a horrific incident over the weekend. Town leaders and Maine Maritime staff are trying to come to grips with the tragic loss of 4 students.
Our Matthew Jurancic has more.
Flags were at half-staff today at Maine Maritime Academy after 4 students were killed early Sunday morning in a car crash on Route 166 in Castine. Students of the Maine Maritime community were back at the scene of the incident, showing their respects to Luke Simpson, Chase Fawcett, Brian Keenley, and Riley Ignacio Cameron, adding to the memorial laid at the place they lost their lives.
It's awful for the entire MMA community and the Castine community being such a small school. Everyone knew at least someone who was in the car. Everyone knew someone, so everyone had a connection. Being there, no one was really there, just out of the blue. Everyone was there for a reason.
The town of Castine also showed their support for the incident, with businesses having hashtag MMA strong signs and banners displayed outside the windows and wherever noticeable.
Maine Maritime Academy and the students of Maine Maritime Academy are integral to the fabric of this community. So when a horrific tragedy like this befalls MMA, it is felt throughout the entire community.
Only 48 hours after getting the news, Maine Maritime Academy President Jerry Paul could not be any more thankful for the support received during these tough times.
We are encouraged by the level of support that we've received from across this campus, across this town, this state, and this country.
According to state police, the crash is still under investigation and the SUV was taken into custody, and it will remain there for the duration of the investigation, as it will need to undergo a vehicle autopsy. Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
A judge has set a $75,000 bond for a Pleasant Point man accused of shooting another man twice. Abba Lewis Dana appeared in Machias District Court Monday for 3 felony charges related to the alleged shooting. According to police, a man suffering from 2 gunshot wounds entered the Pleasant Point Police Department Saturday. That man was transported to Calais Community Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Dana is alleging he acted in self-defense during the alleged shooting, which a lawyer familiar with the case says stemmed from an altercation that took place a few days prior.
This is an issue with a home invasion. My client, Mr. Dana, was the alleged victim of Mr. Francis. And Mr. Francis basically came back to finish a job that wasn't done the night or the few days before.
According to Mr. Francis, he visited that location after Mr. Dana was assaulted a few days ago by somebody else. And it certainly seems inconsistent with the Holmans letting Mr. Francis into the home if there was a recent assault by Mr. Francis on Mr. Dana.
Dana's bail conditions include no contact with the alleged victim, no use or possession of any dangerous weapons, and random searches for any weapons.
A single vehicle crash in Sherman claimed the life of a Portland woman on Sunday. Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says state police responded to mile marker 263 in the northbound lane of Interstate 95 just after 3:30 in the afternoon. Their preliminary investigation indicates a car driven by 59-year-old Maria Dubois of Portland went off the road at a high rate of speed and into the woods where she became trapped inside. Moss says multiple agencies worked to pull Dubois from the car. She was flown to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor, where she died from her injuries. Moss says the initial investigation indicates fatigue or a possible medical event was the cause of the crash.
Bangor police are investigating a crash that happened early this morning. Sergeant Jason McCambly says around 2:30 a.m., Bangor police responded to an accident on State Street near Cascade Park. The vehicle was partially in the Penobscot River and also was on fire. McCambly says when first responders arrived, they found a 21-year-old female who was the only occupant of that vehicle. She was taken to a local hospital for treatment.
Violent crime in Maine reached a record low in 2020. That's a key takeaway from a report just released by the FBI. The report was issued as part of the Bureau's Uniform Crime Reporting Program, and it encompasses data from 129 of the 132 law enforcement agencies in the state. Now, based on the data, the rate of Violent crime was at a 9-year low in 2020 with roughly 108 violent crimes per 100,000 people. That's the lowest number recorded from 2011 through 2020. The number appears to tick up slightly for 2021, though data for that year is not yet complete. Another key data point regarding hate crimes shows the majority of hate crimes in Maine by far are based on race, ethnicity, and ancestry, with the second largest share attributed to sexual orientation.
In other news tonight, owners of the only community grocery store in Freedom have announced an upcoming closure. According to a recent Facebook announcement, Freedom General Store will be closing for business following the current 50% off sale of their remaining inventory. Residents expressed their gratitude for the store's consistent low prices and valued service. Town leaders say the community will be losing a vital resource as the general store doubles as a gas station.
It's too bad. Whenever a business closes down in a community, it's got to hurt. When it's shut down, that will be an asset that the town won't be able to access in case of a problem.
Prices here were a little more reasonable, and it's convenient.
6 a.m. to 6 p.m. while supplies last.
Well, Senator Susan Collins and Congressman Jared Golden are among those calling for an additional $500 million in supplemental funding for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program as Congress finalizes a budget for 2023. LIHEAP is a federally funded program that helps low-income households with their home energy bills by providing payment or energy crisis assistance. A joint statement from Senator Collins and Congressman Golden said many Northeast residents are projected to see a significant increase in their utility bills this winter. Residential electricity prices in some states are forecasted to rise more than 60%. The cost of propane forecasted to rise 40% and natural gas up nearly 30%. According to the National Energy Directors Association, the average cost to heat a home is expected to increase overall by 17.2% this winter. And given those elevated energy prices, the lawmakers say the emergency federal LIHEAP funding is needed to assist low-income households and seniors on fixed incomes.
Well, in other news and more welcome news, it's getting a little easier to fill up the gas tank these days. Gas prices have fallen more than 14 cents in the past week. According to Gas Buddy's survey of more than 1,200 stations around the state, the average price is now $3.56 a gallon. Prices are 38.5 cents a gallon lower than a month ago and just 13.5 cents a gallon higher than a year ago. Patrick DeHaan, who's head of petroleum analysis at Gas Buddy, says the decline in gas prices is saving Americans roughly $20 per fill-up compared to 6 months ago. And the changes may not seem that drastic week to week, but overall, just definitely happy to see those prices going down.
Well, and I think it depends on how much driving you do. If you're somebody who has a really short commute to work and you don't venture out that much during the week, maybe you're noticing a little, but for somebody who does a lot of driving, and I tend to do a lot of driving,
right,
it's noticeable when, filling up costs you $40 or $45 as opposed to $60 or $65.
Absolutely.
Huge difference there.
Yeah, it's really big, and especially this time of the year, everyone's trying to save up and get some gifts for the holidays.
Get some extra presents under that tree.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, with a little bit more on what we can expect weather-wise in the coming hours, let's hit pause here and get a first check of the forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth. Our first weather is brought to you by Kings Mountain RC. Check out our new location on South Main Street in Brewer. So temperatures were chilly once again today. Deja vu from just 24 hours ago. We had temperatures right now today around 28 degrees here in town. A bit chillier actually by the coast. Bar Harbor 26, Rockland 28, and Waterville Big Winter at 30 degrees. Lots of sunshine earlier today, and same thing right now. So nothing going on here in the Northeast. We are in the clear, but bigger changes will be moving in shortly. Not tonight, though. Tonight we'll continue to have temperatures cooling off into those mid to upper teens. Beth?
Indeed, a chilly morning coming, so maybe you give yourself a couple extra minutes. You're going to have to defrost that windshield, most likely.
Maybe a couple extra layers, too.
Yeah.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. Christmas is still a couple weeks out, and as Santa and his elves are preparing for the big day, people can visit a few of his reindeer that are actually living in Maine.
I'm up for that. And an auction where you can own a part of history while supporting one of Maine's winter pastimes. The stories and more local news when we come right back.
Dear LL Bean, I'm back home for the holidays, wearing my favorite LL Bean flannel. That's Carol and Jim, the Flair fanatics, and Uncle Fred, the funny man, and Pam, I've missed her punch. That's Lucy. And this, whoa, is everything. LL Bean, be an outsider.
Who's on it with Jardians?
Free. Jump. We're the ones getting it done.
We're managing type 2 diabetes and heart risk.
We're on it with Jardians.
Join the growing number of people who are on it with the once daily pill, Jardians. Jardians not only lowers A1C, it goes beyond to reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease. And Jardians may help you lose some weight.
Jardians may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardians with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
A once daily pill that goes beyond lowering A1C?
We're on it.
We're on it. We're on it with Jardians.
Ask your doctor about Jardians.
In recent years, we have seen many major shifts in the housing market. Maine Val has the experience and expertise to analyze these changes to provide a clear and accurate service for all your real estate appraisals. From estate and tax planning, divorce litigation, and other legal matters, we offer services to all our communities across the state of Maine. You do not have to navigate this turbulent market blindly. Trust in Maine Val's extensive experience to make highly informed decisions. Contact us today at 573-3222.
The winners of LEGO Masters Season 3 are here in this room. Who will it be?
The LEGO Masters 2-hour season finale, Wednesday on Fox.
You can join Fox 22 and ABC 7 online at foxbangor.com. Be a part of the conversation on Twitter and join our Facebook family at Fox ABC Maine. Follow, like, watch. Download the new Fox Bangor app from the App Store or Google Play and get your news anytime, anywhere.
Welcome back. A mural meant to highlight Brunswick's growing diversity is instead causing controversy. Critics are upset over how certain groups are represented and say they should have been included in the process sooner. As Mel Meyer explains, there may be little that can be done now.
You're right in the middle of that blank space.
The mural called Many Stitches is set to be installed at Brunswick's Fort Andrews Mill next summer.
But it was never meant to be a historical presentation. It was meant to be a contemporary presentation of the types of people that are now in Brunswick working together.
But an online petition with nearly 400 signatures calls the design problematic and, quote, offensive in its racial, ethnic, and gender stereotypes. Comments point to the depiction of a black woman and how others are positioned.
It does, in a sense, send a subliminal message that reinforces the cultural status quo.
Other critics say the art downplays the history. They question how much or if Indigenous groups were consulted early on.
You need to have engagement with those communities and have it be more of a collaborative process.
Miku Paul is Wolastoqet from Kingsclear First Nations and is an artist and activist. She says the group she's involved with didn't have input.
And we came into the process late, but why we came late is because we were not even aware of the project.
When they emerged, we have tried to be as respectful and cooperative as we think we can.
Brunswick Public Art, which commissioned the piece, says others have weighed in throughout the process, which ramped up in the last few years. The group's treasurer understands the concern and other critiques of the art itself.
Absolutely, we do understand that and honor that and respect them for it and are trying to do what we can.
The nonprofit's leadership says there have been updates to the design, and they're working with the artist in response to the new feedback. So there could be some more changes?
I would expect so.
At this stage, he says there's only so much that can be done.
And that was Mal Meyer reporting. Well, Christmas is still a couple of weeks away, and as Santa and his elves prepare for their big day, folks can visit with a few of his reindeer that live in Maine year-round. Our Jody Hersey explains.
I thought they were awesome. Real reindeer at Christmas time. That's a pretty cool thing to have.
Pony Express Zoo in Winslow is home to 8 Maine reindeer, the only ones in the state, according to Nick Papsis. He and his family take pairs of their reindeer to different venues throughout the year, including LL Bean in Freeport, Harley-Davidson in Augusta, and the Down East YMCA in Ellsworth.
There's a lot of people that don't think they're real, but they are. The unique thing about them is the females have antlers too, unlike other deer. So
Papsis says raising these animals is a lot harder than it looks.
It's pretty difficult. You know, you got to watch out for the males fighting in the turn when they get into rut and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot harder than just your average cow or horse.
2- and 4-year-old Coco and Belle drew quite a crowd to Ellsworth on Sunday. Both young and old alike couldn't help but stop and check out these reindeer celebrities.
It's really cool to just be able to see them up close. Yeah, just chill, eating their food.
There's still time to check out these magical animals before Christmas. Pony Express plans to be at the Hathaway Holiday Lights display in Veazey this Friday night from 5:30 to 7:30. In Ellsworth, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, you now have a great chance to own a part of history while also supporting one of Maine's winter pastimes. Big Squaw Mountain was once a premier skiing destination. Its operators have faced hard times throughout the years, but they have found ways to keep the lifts running. A nonprofit has been running the mountain since 2012. They'd been looking for a permanent owner and thought they had one until things fell through earlier this year. So now they're doing what they do so well, keeping skiing alive at Squaw.
The sad thing is, in the last 30 or 40 years, we've lost dozens of small ski areas. So it's getting harder and harder to keep them in operation. And once they close, they very seldom reopen. So this one has had a storied history of, a few different closures.
Well, the group Friends of the Mountain has started a silent auction where you can bid to own chairs from Squaw Mountain Summit Lift. That lift opened back in 1967, and the chairs were used up until 2004. There's a minimum bid of $500, and all proceeds go towards operation costs at the mountain in Greenville. Folsom says they have around 60 chairs available. That auction runs from December 15th to the 18th. We'll have the link to the silent auction on our website, foxbangor.com.
Well, the Wreaths Across America convoy is motoring on after leaving from Harrington yesterday and stopping for a kickoff ceremony in Ellsworth as well. Today, they made their way through southern Maine, their large convoy flanked by law enforcement and former military, making for a safe trip. Earlier, they made a stop in Raymond, New Hampshire, where a Walmart truck joined the convoy. Their final stop in today's leg of the journey was Jaffrey, New Hampshire. They'll set off for a high school in New Britain, Connecticut tomorrow morning. They will end their journey, of course, at Arlington National Cemetery, where there will be a wreath-laying service to honor the fallen heroes. Nothing short of inspiring always to see images of the Wreaths Across America convoy. It's just such a wonderful thing.
And some beautiful images at that, and great to see so much community support for that event as well.
Absolutely. Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the Libyan man who allegedly built the bomb that brought down Pan Am Flight 103 and killed 270 people faces a federal judge in D.C.
And public health officials in several major cities recommend a return to indoor masking with highly contagious respiratory viruses on the rise. We'll have those stories and much more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I broke my leg, and they got me $205,000. What did the twos do for you?
I injured my back, and they got me $300,000. What did the twos do for you?
I broke multiple bones, and Lowry & Associates got me $700,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
When it comes to winter footwear, warmth, waterproof, and safety matter most. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport and discover the latest in winter boot technology. We've got boots rated from -60 to 0 degrees Fahrenheit to keep your feet warm in any weather. Check out the new materials guaranteed to keep your feet dry. Relieve the anxiety of slipping and falling this winter with the new Navitech with grippers built right into the sole. Just flip it and clip it and you're ready to go. Be prepared this winter. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport.
Don't cry, don't whine. Get yours where I got mine. At BB's Tattoo Company, 262 Moosehead Trail, Newport.
Oh no! Son of a nutcracker. This is what I get for eating all those cookies. Hey, Roto-Rooter, I got a big clog for you. I'm stuck in the chimney. Again. Yep, I'm the clog. Any chance you could fa-la-la over here?
For all your holiday plumbing needs, Roto-Rooter can save the day.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
You're the head of the missing persons unit. You became the head of that unit to find one person, a son.
For 6 years, I've gone to bed with heartbreak. And I won't let these families go through what I went through.
We're gonna find him.
I've got a location.
We gotta head. Let's do it.
The girls, where are they?
Show me your hands!
It's okay. I'm right here.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
The annual fight to fund the government is once again coming down to the wire with a deadline to avert a shutdown by the end of the week. And that fight is just the background noise in a series of major economic headlines coming this week that will set the table for 2023. Fox's Madeline Rivera explains from Washington.
With government funding set to run out on Friday, the chances of Congress passing an omnibus spending bill in the next few days is looking more like a Christmas miracle. Democrats are still hoping to strike a deal with Republicans. They scrapped their plans to release a partisan proposal Monday, citing progress in negotiations.
It's the same dance again and again and again, and it's just, again, the inability of Congress to do their job.
This effort marks the final push by Democrats for more social spending while they control the House, Senate, and White House. But some Republicans want to wait until next year when they assume the majority in the House and the power of the purse.
It's time to get this done, not play political games, and put the full faith and credit of the United States unnecessarily at risk.
The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget argues now is not the time for more spending, with inflation stubbornly high.
What deeply, deeply worries me at a time of near record debt and soaring inflation is that the only way they'll come up with a deal is by adding on a whole lot of additional things, none of which are paid for.
However, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is optimistic, predicting a major inflation cooldown next year. A key inflation report is due Tuesday, which could influence the Federal Reserve's next interest rate hike.
Do we get that potential Santa Claus rally, or is it going to fade away?
Congress will likely pass a short-term deal to avoid a shutdown at the end of the week. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
The Libyan man accused of making the bomb that brought down Pan Am Flight 103 and killed 270 people made his first court appearance in D.C. today. He's facing numerous charges, including the destruction of aircraft resulting in death. If found guilty, he could face life in prison. Fox's Caroline Shively has more from Washington.
One of the accused masterminds of the Pan Am 103 bombing appeared before a federal judge in Washington, D.C. Monday. Abu Aghila Mohammed Massoud was an explosives expert for Libya's intelligence service in 1988, when U.S. officials say he built the bomb that killed 270 people in the airline explosion over Lockerbie, Scotland. 34 years later, Massoud has been extradited to the U.S.
And the families haven't stopped. We have kept this in the forefront of 6 administrations. And yesterday, he was brought into U.S. custody, another person responsible for the murder of our loved ones.
190 of those victims were Americans, including John Cummock.
This was the love of my life, and I had promised him that I would make sure until my dying breath that I was going to do what I could to pursue justice.
A breakthrough in the case came in 2017 when U.S. officials reported a tip from Libyan law enforcement that Masood had confessed to making the suitcase bomb.
It's just another reason why it's important for us to have a worldwide diplomatic, intelligence, and military presence so that we can conduct these sorts of operations.
Then charges against Masood were announced in 2020.
We will always remember the victims of this heinous act. We have never stopped pursuing justice.
Masood is the third Libyan intelligence official to be charged in the case. Only one has been convicted. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
A trio of infectious respiratory illnesses is making many sick and putting a new strain on hospitals ahead of the holiday season. Fox's Brian Yennis reports.
As much as Americans would like to put the pandemic in the rearview mirror for good, health officials are once again warning of a potential winter surge in COVID cases. Hospitals are already feeling the squeeze from what some are referring to as a triple-demic: COVID, flu, and RSV infections filling up hospital beds and even creating a shortage of cold medicine at pharmacies. Flu hospitalizations are at their highest point in a decade.
Flu usually hits you pretty quickly with high fevers, sore throat, runny nose, headaches. It can sometimes be even like nausea and vomiting. And it kind of hits you like a ton of bricks.
Masks are now making a comeback as a way to avoid getting sick. Many major cities are once again recommending them for indoor spaces, though some say they're feeling mask fatigue.
I think I'm done with wearing masks because we've been doing it for 3 years.
People don't like to be told what to do, but you really want to very strongly encourage people that when you're having a rather strong uptick in infections, which is followed by an uptick in hospitalizations, you want to make sure you do something to mitigate against that.
Doctors suggest getting a flu shot and an updated COVID booster, especially now, ahead of holiday gatherings as they take about 2 weeks to be effective.
We're really putting a full court press on to get people to get that updated booster vaccine if they have not already gotten it.
Health officials also say you can do your part by getting tested if you have symptoms and staying home if you're sick. In New York, Brian Yennis, Fox News.
Well, for the first time ever, U.S. scientists reportedly produced a nuclear fusion reaction resulting in a net energy gain, replicating the fusion that powers the sun. It's a massive step forward in the quest for an infinite source of clean energy. Fox's William Lajeunesse reports.
A breakthrough at the Lawrence Livermore Lab outside San Francisco.
It's a major scientific achievement for the Department of Energy and the nation.
Scientists for the first time reportedly producing energy from nuclear fusion.
When we make this real, build the plants, this will be the biggest thing that happens in any of our lives.
Unlike current nuclear plants, which split atoms, fusion combines them. A low-risk and unlimited carbon-free power that does not generate radioactive waste.
Fusion is pretty much literally the power of the sun brought to Earth in a controlled manner.
The raw material is water. There's no radioactive waste to have to bury in a mountain someplace.
This video shows how the science works. A tiny hydrogen capsule about the size of a pencil eraser is hit with high-powered lasers. Atoms converge, generating the heat to produce steam, to run turbines, to generate power.
Producing abundant fusion on Earth is considered one of the grand engineering challenges of the 21st century.
Until now, the energy required to operate the reactor exceeded what it produced. While the lab itself says more study is needed, for the first time in some 80 years, nuclear fusion produced more energy than it consumed.
We're talking about 10 years or less to get commercial electricity on the grid. And Helion and others in fusion right now in the private space are pushing very, very hard to get electricity to the consumer as fast as we can.
Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm is scheduled to announce the breakthrough on Tuesday and what it could mean for a clean energy grid in the future. In Los Angeles, William Lajeunesse, Fox News.
It'll definitely be really interesting to see what comes out of that new discovery.
Yeah.
But It's always amazing to highlight these kinds of breakthroughs.
Science is amazing.
It really is.
It's straight up amazing.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, the Bangor Rotary calls on residents to vote for their very favorite holiday lights in the area.
And in sports, one Brewer swimmer just found her way into the program record books in her very first varsity meet. We'll be right back.
I don't care how rich or famous they are, they will play by our rules.
I just want to feel like I'm worth something.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test, January 4th on Fox. Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn. Leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it.
You ready? There's no peeking.
It's festive family fun.
Come on, one more, let's go.
It's a hat, it's Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, correct!
Pictionary, every weekday.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Nearly all commercial vehicles carry big insurance policies. So if you're hurt by one of these box trucks, or by a garbage truck, or by any kind of commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. But they don't just give that money up. You need someone who's going to fight for it. That's exactly why you need to call the Twos. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by any commercial truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial truck? Call the Twos. Call 222-2222.
At Firehouse Subs, we give you craveable subs that are piping hot and piled high. And a portion of every purchase helps give them the life-saving equipment they need. Order online or on the app for contactless pickup or delivery. Only at Firehouse Subs.
You ain't living your best life?
My best life is when I have dragons to slay.
We're going to see heavy rains and a wide path of destruction.
It's raining frogs!
I'm sorry, did you say frogs?
That was even weirder than the volcano.
Nothing is as weird as lava at mini golf.
Just wait around a minute. Something awful's bound to happen.
911 Lone Star, season premiere, January 17th on Fox.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome back. Community members are showcasing their holiday cheer with some impressive light displays. Take a look. The Bangor Rotary Club is hosting a community lighting contest throughout towns and cities in the greater Bangor area. People are encouraged to view those light displays on homes and organizations and then vote for their favorites. The Rotary's website has a map of the 30 participating locations across Bangor, Brewer, Hamden, Herman, Glenburn, Vesey, Orono, and Milford.
You can grab a map and just go out and take a look. The contest goes on until January 2nd, so plenty of time to get out there and take a look.
For their favorites on the Rotary website or by posting a pic of their favorite display on Facebook and tagging Rotary Club of Bangor, Maine. The location with the most votes will earn the People's Choice Award along with a $500 cash prize.
Well, the Versant Power Astronomy Center on the UMaine Orono campus is showing the mystery of the Christmas star all this month. The show takes a look back at the scientific and historical events that were happening in the sky 2,000 years ago over the town of Bethlehem, where Jesus was born.
And explores some of the celestial objects that the three wise men may have followed to find the little baby Jesus. So some of these, they could have been a comet, planetary conjunctions, maybe a supernovae. So the program itself leaves it open-ended.
Well, the mystery of the Christmas star is showing Sundays 2 to 3 p.m. at the Versant Power Astronomy Center and Planetarium. Admission is $7 for adults, $6 for students, military members, and senior citizens, and just $5 for those 12 years of age or younger.
A flock of turkeys seem to have found a favorite hangout spot in the town of Herman. The turkeys, which all made it through the Thanksgiving holiday unscathed, like to gather on the front lawn of a home on the Wing Road. The homeowner says 12 to 15 of them stop by on a regular basis just to eat and hang out. He says the traffic doesn't seem to bother them much either, and he just sits watching them, enjoying their time out the window while they stop by. And yeah, they certainly seem to have made themselves at home.
Pretty comfortable. They
yeah,
don't look
they
like
do.
they feel threatened at all.
Not at all, but really great of him to take that.
That guy's obviously not a dog owner.
Yeah, right.
I feel like my dogs go bananas when the turkeys come on
Yeah,
our
they don't
lawn.
even have to be outside,
Yeah,
but
no.
just
You can
being
just hear 'em.
nearby. Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be like bowling if you let him outside.
Seriously.
Oh my goodness.
Well, how lucky is he, though, that he gets to hang out with his turkey friends all the time? And
Maine is full of nature lovers.
yes, they are.
We are all here.
Yes, it is.
Alrighty, well, speaking of the great outdoors, Conrad's coming back with our full 5-day. Stay with us.
And we had lots of sunshine outside today, but big changes are on the way. More snow and rain will be moving in. When and how much snow will we get? I'll have all the answers and more coming up.
We have a lot to be thankful for, and a lot to celebrate. This holiday season, let's do more than see the people we love. Let's be with the people we love, and make the holiday memories that we will cherish for a lifetime. Let's begin at Bangor International Airport, the official airport of making tomorrow's holiday memories today. FlyBangor.com.
Hey, thanks for working through the holidays.
Clara, Dad says you're working over Christmas.
Here you go, Mrs. Parsons.
Let me pay you.
No, you're not going to pay me.
We are the helping
Holly, happy holidays, Clara.
Thanks for everything you do, Clara.
We couldn't let you be alone for Christmas.
We brought you a tree.
Oh my gosh.
Choosing Miracle Ear was a great decision. Like when I decided to host family movie nights. Miracle Ear made it easy. I just booked an appointment, and a certified hearing care professional evaluated my hearing loss and helped me find the right device calibrated to my unique hearing needs. Now I enjoy every moment. The quiet ones and the loud ones.
Make a sound decision. Call now and book your free hearing evaluation.
I'm gonna make this right.
You can tell me the truth.
And welcome back. It is a Monday, the beginning of the work week. Our main weather today is brought to you by Varney Chevrolet. If you are looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle near Bangor or Augusta, then stop by Varney Chevrolet in Pittsfield, just blocks from Interstate 95. Come see what Varney Value is all about. So let me mention some watches out in the region. We do have some gale watches till around Wednesday, 10 p.m. And of course, some small craft advisories until 10 p.m. on Tuesday. Winds not really an issue right now. We did have a bit more breezier conditions earlier today. Now it is pretty calm. Just a little bit of a wind up north by Greenville coming in with an 18-mile-an-hour wind. Same thing just up north of Bangor, but in general, hey, we are in the clear. Pretty calm winds at the moment, but changes are on the way, especially Wednesday morning into that afternoon time frame. More windier conditions will be moving in, where some places will have wind gusts close to 40 miles per hour throughout the day on Wednesday. So get ready. It's going to get windy. And that's because we have another low moving in. This one's going to bring some snow for us. Not right now, though. Right now, we do have lots of clear skies. Not much going on throughout our state and pretty much all across the Northeast. Yesterday was an interesting day. We had a little bit of snow in Boston. New York City actually got a little taste of winter finally for our middle of December, but now we're in the clear. That low pressure system is long gone, but more snow will be moving in. So it looks like Wednesday morning and then mostly Wednesday evening, snow will be moving into the region. This will be more on the lighter end. This is not going to be any heavy snowfall, and that's why we're thinking maybe half an inch of snowfall might be possible here in town. I know you snow lovers are excited. Even an inch of snow cannot be ruled out. But of course, the more east you go, the more you're going to get. Where some places will get around 2, maybe 3 inches of snowfall with those cooler temperatures. Kind of like today with those cooler temperatures, 28 degrees. That was our high here in town. So it was cold compared to our average high for this time of year. We should be hovering close to 36, so it was a chilly one out there today, folks. Tomorrow, another chilly day, 31 as a high, and look at Wednesday, 36 near average, and hey, look at that Thursday, 40 degrees, and then we pretty much hover close to that average mark in those mid to upper 30s right in time for the weekend. Tonight though, actually, it's going to get cold once again. Deja vu from last night, and same thing to 48 hours ago where mid-teens were in the area, and it felt a lot colder with that wind blowing around. Mostly clear skies, so once again a nice night to go out and watch the stars. Tomorrow though, increasing cloud cover, partly cloudy skies. It will get breezy. Winds will start to increase with those temperatures near the freezing mark. Our extended forecast outlook does get a bit interesting. A little bit of light rain and snow in the region on Wednesday. Thursday, we're in the clear, of course, 40 degrees. Look at Friday into Saturday. More chances of rain and snow will be back. Beth?
I'm pulling for snow.
I think many of us, including myself, are in the same boat.
Indeed.
All right, sports is coming up next with Tyler, so stay with us.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
Okay, everyone, our mission is complete balanced nutrition. Together, we support immune function, supply fuel for immune cells, and sustain tissue health.
Ensure with 25 vitamins and minerals, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
Hey, thanks for working through the holidays.
Clara, Dad says you're working over Christmas.
Here you go, Mrs. Person.
Let me pay you.
No, you're not going to pay me.
We are the helping
Holly, happy holidays, Clara.
Thanks for everything you do, Clara.
We couldn't let you be alone for Christmas.
We purchased the tree.
Oh my gosh.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground. Odland Road, Bangor.
Don't let scammers ruin your holidays. 'Tis the season for giving to charity, but only after you carefully research the organization. Gift cards are great, but only when purchased from stores you know and trust. If you plan on shopping online using your credit card, carefully monitor your credit card statement to detect unusual charges early. And remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. With these tips in mind, I'm Officer Ash with Bangor PD, and we're here if you need us.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Securitas Security Services. Securitas Security Services is hiring in coastal and central Maine. If interested, please call 207-990-1776.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's get started in the water. At Brewer, one freshman swimmer just found her way into the program record books in what was just her first ever varsity meet. In the Witches' opening night win over George Stevens on Thursday, where they took a 70-point victory, freshman swimmer Bryn Lavagore set the program record in the 100-yard backstroke, completing the race with a time of just over 58 seconds. So her first ever meet, and she's in the history books. Bryn's been swimming for club teams for about 6 years, and now she is finally at the high school level, and she's excited for that and to be on the record boards.
I was super excited because I knew I'd get to be on the record board, and I haven't been on one before, so I was excited for that. It's a lot different from club swim. It's like you make a lot of friends, and it's really fun.
Yeah, I think we all expected it. We know she's a very, very fast backstroker, and we watch her in practice, so we knew it was coming, and we think she can go even faster, and she will this season. She'll probably get other records as well.
Yeah, even Bryn says she aims for more records this season and tells me she can basically swim any event. Now, that being said, that puts her in a little bit of a weird position, right? One of the more experienced swimmers on the team, yet one of the younger swimmers on the team, but both her and her coach say regardless of age, Bryn is definitely a leader for the Witches.
I think that I can help some of the swimmers that haven't swam before by teaching them things. A lot of people, they'll ask questions of how do you do this and how do you do this, and you just have to be kind of helpful.
She's, like I said, a leader already as a freshman. She is very, very versatile. She can do anything that we need her to do. She's very open to doing anything that we need her to do, and she's just a great member of the team.
All right, congratulations to Bryn. Sounds like that's a name we will be saying a lot over these next couple of years. Let's move on to some basketball now. An exciting weekend for Maine basketball, wins from both the men's and the women's programs. For the women, they snapped a 4-game skid with an explosive offensive performance on Sunday, beating Army 88-60. So 88 points without Ann Simon means they had to come from somewhere else. And that somewhere else was 26 from Skowhegan's J.C. Christopher, who was named the America East Rookie of the Week. Last year's Miss Maine basketball winner lit it up from downtown, cashing in on 7 threes, the most from a Black Bear in a single game in 2 years. She also added 7 rebounds and 4 assists in the effort, and Caroline Bordeman had 29 on the day, leading all scorers. The Black Bears are back in action next Sunday on the road at Harvard. Now, congratulations to JC there. Let's talk some baseball now. To say it was a great rookie season for former Black Bear and Houston Astros shortstop Jeremy Pena would be an understatement. The former University of Maine star and 2022 Gold Glove winner helped lead the Astros to a World Series title. Pena was named MVP for both the ALCS and the World Series, becoming the first American League player to do so. He's also the first rookie shortstop to win the World Series MVP. Pena, who was born in the Dominican but grew up in Rhode Island before coming to Orono, says his dream season wouldn't have been possible without the amazing support he received at home.
They're my heroes. And, I've never had to leave my house to find role models. I always just wake up in the morning and see 2 of them standing in my kitchen.
All right, it was a blast watching him play this year. Let's stay with UMaine a little bit now, and we will hit the ice. Over at the Alphon, the women's hockey program is under year 1 of the Molly Engstrom era, and halfway through the season, they are in some pretty good shape. Don't look now, but the Black Bears are a top 20 team in the nation in all of the major polls, coming in as high as the 15th best program in the country in some of them. Maine is 11-10 overall, with 2 of those wins coming against ranked teams, and their biggest one against number 3, Northeastern. Now, they don't play again until after the new year, and they finished off their first half with a 3-game win streak, including a win against number 10 Clarkson and a sweep of BU down in Boston. First-year head coach Molly Engstrom says the key has really been the buy-in from all the players.
We're just trying to play an aggressive style and take time and space away from teams, but I have to say the team is really bought in. They've stepped up. They're willing to learn. They want to learn. They're hungry. So we're working together.
This first half of the season, we've been trying to figure out our identity, our team identity, and I think when we put everything together, we really play to that. And, our team has kind of been playing off of our identity of we're a grinding team. Like, everyone hates to play us. We want everyone to hate to play us.
All right, so things are looking good for the Black Bears. Let's go to some football now. The Maine high school football season has come and passed, with the last game being played on Thanksgiving morning. But on Monday, the list of the semifinalists for the Fitzpatrick Trophy were announced, and there are 10 semi-finalists. We'll start with Lawrence's Parker Higgins, Lewiston's Eli Bigelow, Falmouth's Finn Caxton Smith, Portland's Kennedy Charles, Mount Ararat's Shea Farrell, Mattanock Academy's Isaac Hayner, South Portland's Jalen Jackson, Cape Elizabeth's Nick Laughlin, Coney's Dom Napolitano, and last but not least from Oxford Hills, it's Eli Soren. That list will go down to 3 finalists in the coming weeks before the winner will be announced at the Holiday Inn by the Sea in Portland on January 15th. All right, let's check out some other scores from around the area now. In the basketball world, we'll start with Dexter beating Mattanock 50-43, Skank over Lee 44-22 in some girls basketball. Callis beat Jonesport Beal 77-54, and then Skank won at the buzzer over Lee Academy boys 46-44. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Let me ask you a question. Do you do it every night? I mean, every night? Well, Jordan's customers do, and you could too. Come visit Bridget, get fitted for the right mattress, and you'll do it every night too, getting a great night's sleep.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
They're here. Okay. There's no way we're paying for all those medical bills.
Should we talk about a settlement?
How about we cut the car payments down?
We might want to think about this.
Look, just get them to sign. This offer's more than fair.
Sir, it's the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Right now.
You can handle this one.
Oh, that's normal. Whoa.
This holiday season, get 2.9% APR for 48 months plus 500 trade assist cash on a new 2023 Forte.
This holiday season, may your days be bright and merry.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Young Sheldon is bringing you the gift of laughter.
Come on, Jesus, it's for your birthday. Help me out.
The gift of fun.
Video games are for children.
You are a child. I just blew the hot off your SpaghettiOs.
And don't forget, the gift of family.
I'm the glue that holds our family together.
We're having a moment here. Don't ruin it.
Unwrap the gift of young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Dear Elliot, we thought purchasing a mattress would be confusing, but the experience at Jordan's Sleep Lab was really different and easy. We are now doing it every night, getting a great night's sleep every night. Thank you.
Experience the difference at Jordan's.
Sundays, NFL coverage starts with Fox NFL kickoff at 11, then Fox NFL Sunday at noon.
Loaded with talent.
The best NFL pregame shows are only on Fox.
Welcome back. Holiday festivities tend to involve alcohol, but there is a risk of drinking too much. A health expert is sharing some ways to enjoy the holidays without going overboard. Fox's Marianne Rafferty has more.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with family gatherings and holiday parties happening across the globe. There's no denying alcohol plays a major role in these celebrations, but it can get out of hand before you know it.
It's a social behavior, and so we tend to gather more with other individuals, and we have more opportunity to drink and celebrate.
According to the American Addiction Centers, besides the 4th of July, the time between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day is when many people find themselves drinking the most alcohol. And it's not always for happy reasons. For some, the holidays can be a time of stress, loneliness, and depression.
When we have physiological responses to stress, that may trigger a craving for relief from that stress, and that's one of the reasons why individuals increase their drinking during the holidays, and why it's important to monitor that behavior.
There are ways to refrain from binge drinking. Health experts recommend exercising and engaging in healthy social interactions.
The more that you can spend quality time with friends and family, talking about stresses in your life and just sharing your experiences, that can really help to reduce problematic drinking.
Another way to cut back on alcohol intake is to participate in the public health challenge called Dry January. It's when people choose to stay away from booze for a month. Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
Well, DVD and digital releases this week include a historical epic, a rom-com, a live-action animated musical, and more. Here's Fox's Kristen Goodwin with the list of new releases.
They will not stop until the whole of Africa is theirs.
The historical epic The Woman King rules this week's list of what's new in home entertainment.
We have a weapon.
The action-filled drama stars Oscar winner Viola Davis as a fictional 19th century general of the African kingdom of Dahomey, who leads a formidable all-female army to battle against European invaders.
Oh, come on.
You gotta be kidding me.
Julia Roberts and George Clooney star in the rom-com Ticket to Paradise. They play a divorced couple who go to Bali to stop their daughter's wedding.
I'm seeing something no one else can see except for me.
The hit horror film Smile centers on a psychiatrist who experiences terrifying events after witnessing a patient's suicide.
There's a crocodile in the house!
Lyle Lyle Crocodile, the live-action animated musical comedy based on the classic children's book series, features a young boy who befriends a singing and dancing croc. Shawn Mendes voices the famous reptile, with Javier Bardem playing his owner.
Let's get to work.
Elizabeth Banks and Sigourney Weaver star in Called Jane, a film based on the real-life women's activist group, the Jane Collective. The story, set in 1960s Chicago before Roe v. Wade, is about a housewife with a life-threatening pregnancy seeking out an underground group providing safe abortions.
If you have good friends in your corner, anything's possible.
Small screen favorites to own: the first season of the Sex and the City spin-off series, and Just Like That, starring Sarah Jessica Parker, Cynthia Nixon, and Kristen Davis, reprising their roles from the hit show.
I was arrested for murder. Now you want my help?
And season 1 of the Prime Video series Reacher, starring Alan Ritchson as former military police investigator Jack Reacher.
You're going to kill a whole lot of people, aren't you?
Already started.
In Hollywood, Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Finally tonight, Airbnb is giving Lord of the Rings fans a chance to travel to Middle-earth. The shooting location of the film franchise in New Zealand, known as Hobbiton, will be available on Tuesday for a few guests to book a stay in the Shire. The cost to stay is only $6 a night, but only 3 individual 2-night bookings will be accepted, according to Airbnb. The allotted stays will be in 2023. More details are available on Airbnb's website. And I think it's been a dream for many people who are fans of Lord of the Rings to just visit there, but to be able to stay there.
Talk about just getting sucked right into your TV. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Seriously, yeah. Oh man, just seeing it looks like a screensaver on your computer.
Right. Well, you're going to be staying in that screensaver if you're lucky enough to get a booking.
Absolutely.
All righty. Well, that is going to do it for us, folks, from everybody here at Fox 22 News. Take care, and we hope you have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
Interest rates are on the rise and making waves in the real estate market. Buying or selling? You need a navigator. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Comfort Shoes and More will make winter easier. Next Grip men's and ladies' boots feature cutting-edge technology to make walkways a breeze. Corkers are made with interchangeable soles to conquer the roughest winter conditions. Navitec with the flip it and clip it spikes make you confident no matter what the conditions are. Bruce McDonald's trained podorthist will make sure the fit is perfect for you. See why thousands of people have trusted Comfort Shoes and More for all of their footwear. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport. Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts